Minnesota. This is a Minnesota team that has completely transformed itself. A lot of it is different attitude. They seem to believe in themselves. But a huge part of it, too, is just personnel. And we saw that last night. They are dramatically better in terms of the players they've got.
Yeah, two newcomers really I thought were the difference last night for Minnesota. One, a true freshman, Amir Coffey, who had a tremendous high school career. It was really important for them to keep him at home. And then another player, Reggie Lynch, who returned back to the Twin Cities after playing 2 years at Illinois State. They were instrumental last night. You know, Lynch has given them a rim protector, which allows them to extend their defense, something they didn't have a year ago. He was very productive last night with 12 points, 8 boards, made 4 free throws down the stretch, which is not necessarily his forte. But Coffey, what can you say, 31 minutes, 17 points, 3 assists, no turnovers, knocking down some timely threes when they need it. He provided that stability in the backcourt because they didn't get their best games from Dupree McBrayer, and Nate Mason has also put together a very, very solid season thus far.
8 wins in their last 9 for the Gophers. Northwestern, meanwhile, saw a 13-game home winning streak come to an end, and the Wildcats only get that 1 home game amidst their first 5 conference games. So now they go on the road for 2 more. They won at Penn State. They lost at Michigan State. They have to go to Nebraska and Rutgers here. It's a tough one for Northwestern to lose, Sean.
Yeah, that Northwestern-Nebraska game is going to be very interesting. One, because Northwestern, to your point, team, really needs this game. And Nebraska, how do they handle a little success, right? You know, you've won 3 in a row. People are starting to tell you, the same people that were stabbing you in the back are now tapping you on the back. How do they respond to that? Because that's a big game for Nebraska as well. You mentioned their non-conference season. They had a nice win versus Dayton, but they didn't put together necessarily the strongest preseason resume, so they need this game as well.
Other than the fact they played really good teams, so they're going to have a good RPI here. I mean, they played one of the most difficult schedules of anyone in the country. They just didn't win those games, aside from the win over Dayton.
Right.
So that is the challenge ahead. Northwestern, meanwhile, can the Wildcats figure out how to close out games, it seems to be, Sean, is the big question mark. They're a good first-half team. The issue is you got to figure out how, when you have a team down, as they did, had Minnesota down by 7, less than 14 minutes to go, and just let it evaporate in the matter of minutes.
Yeah, you have to learn how to handle the pressure down the stretch. That hurt them against Notre Dame in a game that they let slip away. And I think the other thing that's going to be an area of concern, even getting Derek Pardon back, which is big for them to have that rim protector and shot blocker, they have struggled defending in the post. So are they going to have to do something differently to double out of the post, force some of the bigs to make decisions and maybe give up threes that they don't necessarily want to? Those are the 2 areas of concern. But this is a team that played a very competitive non-conference schedule in their own right. So they're still very much in the mix. But this next 2 games, especially the game versus Nebraska, is going to be very, very important for them.